Graphs are a way of representing connections between things, like links between websites or connections in a social network. For example, this input uses the graph function to make a simple graph that connects 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. Each connection in a graph is entered by typing a dash followed by a greater than character. In interactive input, usually this combination of characters is automatically replaced by a small arrow pointing to the right. The things that are connected in a graph are called vertices or nodes, and the connections are called edges. This includes the vertex labels option to draw labels on the vertices in that graph. Here's another graph where the connections form a loop. Any of the vertices in a graph can be connected to any of the other vertices. For example, this shows a graph with additional connections, including one connection of a vertex back to itself. The same graph can be drawn in different ways. For example, this shows that graph drawn with a different setting for the graph layout option. The meaning of a graph is determined by the connections, so this is still the same graph regardless of the layout. There are lots of computations that can be done with graphs. For example, this uses the find shortest path function to find the shortest path following the arrows from vertex 4 to vertex 2 in that graph. The result is a list of the vertices on the shortest path. Graphs can be made from lists of connections. For example, this uses table to get lists of connections that connect every vertex to every other vertex. That result is a list of lists, but the graph function needs just a single list. There's a function called flatten that can be used to flatten all those lists to get a single list. Here's an example showing flatten applied to turn a list with sublists into a single list. And this shows flatten and table used to make a single list of connections. That result can be used to make a graph. Here's a similar graph with 6 vertices rather than 3. In many applications, the direction of the connections doesn't matter, so the arrows on the connections are not needed. A graph without the arrows is called an undirected graph. This shows a graph, again with every vertex connected to every other vertex, but using undirected graph rather than graph to get a graph without the arrows. Another common type of graph is a random graph. For example, this uses table to get a random list of 20 connections between 10 nodes. Each time that input is evaluated, it will give a different graph. For example, this gives a list of 10 random graphs, each with 20 connections between 10 nodes. It is sometimes useful to organize the nodes in a graph into clumps called communities, where a community is a clump of nodes that are more connected to each other than to the rest of the graph. For example, this shows the community graph plot function applied to a graph. The result is the same graph with the same connections, but the drawing uses a different layout to illustrate the communities in the graph. That's the end of the examples for this section. To summarize, here is the programming vocabulary from this section. There were examples showing directed and undirected graphs and how to enter graphs, the vertex labels option, the find shortest path function, community graph plots, and the flatten function, which is a general purpose function that's useful in a lot of situations, not just for graphs. You can find more information about these and other Wolfram Language functions for working with graphs in the Wolfram Language and System Documentation Center by clicking on the Graphs and Networks button and selecting any of the items in the menu that pops up. Clicking Graphs and Networks Overview opens a guide page with links to all of the functions from this section. Here are the exercises from the end of this section. As an example, consider exercise 8. Make a graph in which each connection connects I to j minus I, where I and j both range from 1 to 5. This can be done with just a minor change from the example of a graph with every node connected to every other node. Here again is that example. The only change for this exercise is that I connects to j minus I instead of j. This uses flatten and table to get a list where I connects to j minus I for I and j ranging from 1 to 5, and this makes that list of connections into a graph.